These are the plaintiffs, Joanne and James Reed. Joanne says her son James let his friend, the defendant, drive her car, and the kid smacked into a neighbor's mailbox, damaging it and her car to boot. The defendant refuses to stand up to his responsibilities by doing the right thing and reimbursing her, so she's suing for the $1,283.39 she is surely owed. This is the defendant, Adam Dimsky. He says he was backing out of the driveway when all of a sudden the plaintiff, James, grabs the steering wheel and tells him to gun it. He admits tapping the mailbox slightly, but the damages the plaintiffs are suing for are ridiculously overblown. The car had a lot of previous damage to it, and they're just trying to make him pay for the whole car to be repaired, which is crazy. He's accused of being a bad driver.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiffs say her son's friends smashed the car into a mailbox and damaged their car in the process. But the defendant says the plaintiff's son incited him, ordering him to gun it. It's the case of special delivery.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Joanne Reed and James Reed, mom and son?
Yes.
You are suing Adam Dinsky, your friend or former friend, for damages that he did to your car when the two of them were in it. Talk to me. Tell me what happened.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
How old are you?
19.
Okay. You the dad?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, we were at my house, and we were gonna go up to the gas station real quick to get cigarettes. I let him drive. Backed out my drive.
So much wrong with that already. But go ahead.
Everything he said.
Okay.
He backed out my drive.
Wait, stop. You let him drive. Why?
Well, he was taking. I don't know. He was gonna be taking his road test soon. I was just,
Oh, so he had a learner's permit?
I believe so.
Okay, so if he hadn't taken his road test, then he has a learner's permit.
Yeah, well,
he had no permit.
We were going to Sicko.
Did you have a?
It was right up the block.
What the heck does that mean? He either can drive legally or he can't. There's no we're going up a block exception.
Oh no.
So you at the time you had what?
I think I had a permit. I'm not sure.
You don't even know?
No, I'm not. I don't even remember.
Do you have a driver's license now?
No, I still have a learner's permit.
Okay, but you're not sure if you had a learner's permit when this happened?
No.
Why don't you pull out your learner's permit? Let's see the date on it. When did this happen?
September 27th.
Yeah, you had a learner's permit. Which is what you still have.
But he also had a suspended license.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Right
now we're talking about what he knew. We're talking about what you knew in a second. Why do you let him drive? You wanted to give him practice because he was going to take his test?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
So we back out my driveway, and we turn around in my neighbor's driveway. Drove for literally 30 seconds. Backs out my neighbor's driveway.
Why are you even in your neighbor's driveway?
We were turning around.
Why don't you turn around somewhere other than your neighbor's property?
Well, it's just we're just turning around in the driveway to go the opposite direction.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Well, he clips the mailbox.
Oh, not so good, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he clips the mailbox, and what happens? By the way, at the time, did you have a license?
I have a conditionals. At a conditionals.
What's a conditionals?
You could drive to work, school, and that's it.
Because you got in trouble?
Yes.
Because it got suspended for what?
DUI.
So what you did was you, who only have a valid license when you're driving to work or school, were the supervising licensed driver with the guy with the learner's permit, which means that there is no licensed driver in there with the guy with the learner's permit because you don't have a valid license when you're going to get cigarettes. All right, so go on. Then you clip the mailbox, and what happens?
We get out the car and fix the mailbox for my neighbor, and that's it.
So why are you here?
Well, I have damage to my truck.
So that's not it. So your car is damaged, and tell me about the damage to your car.
It's the whole side of my front bumper is it's flipped up.
He ripped the whole front bumper. I have pictures.
It was already damaged before that. It was already damaged before that.
It had a little dent on the bumper, Judge.
Yeah, but it was damaged
It was a pretty big dent, yeah.
Yeah, but this thing is ripped off.
Yeah, but I was hitting it at an angle, so
Why
therefore I would have to be going.
How did you hit it? Why did you hit it? What happened?
I'm not the greatest driver, I'll admit that. Most people in New York aren't, so.
No, most people in New York can manage to miss a mailbox when they're making a turn. Yeah, go ahead.
So I turned the wheels, so when I pulled out, I clipped the mailbox and rolled over the mailbox. So the mailbox was under the car.
That's interesting because in your statement to the complaint, what you say is as I'm backing out of the neighbor's driveway, he grabs the wheel and tells me to gun it. That is when I hit their neighbor's mailbox. Tell me about that.
I grabbed the wheel. I mean, this happened so long ago. He may have, he may not have. I mean, I don't have any really recollection.
You gave your statement the other day. What tell me about that. Dad?
I guess. I mean,
Scientists.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
Okie dokie. And did he tell you to gun it? Or did he?
Yes.
After
he basically told me to turn the wheel, and I turned the wheel, and then he said, all right, put the gas on and gun it, basically.
Wait, gun it and step on the accelerator.
Step on the gas.
Step on the, so how did you get a learner's permit if you can't figure out that much?
So the plaintiff had a suspended license because of a DUI. Can he supervise the defendant legally?
No, he cannot because he doesn't have a license. And
Okay, but if he can't, does he get the money for the repairs?
he shouldn't get anything because he doesn't have a license and he shouldn't be letting anyone drive in a car, including himself.
Quickly, does he get the money for the repairs?
No.
Because he doesn't have a license and he shouldn't have done it.
Yep.
Going inside the courtroom.
I mean, by the time you get a learner's permit, you know which one's a gas pedal and which one's a brake. So why would he have to instruct you on that? Dude, you hit the mailbox and you did some damage to the car. Why am I here?
At the moment.
What, did you pay anything on this?
Yes, I paid $475, $470.
Is that accurate?
No, Judge.
How much do you say he paid?
400.
400. Come on up, Dad. Do you have proof that you paid $470 some odd dollars? I couldn't hear your answer.
No.
All right, now, you have an estimate for the damage?
I have 2.
This car is a 2-year-old car?
2009.
2008.
Did you make your son pay any of this?
It hasn't been fixed yet.
Right, but do you plan
Oh, yeah.
on making your son pay? In other words, do you think that maybe some of this is his fault because as a essentially non-licensed driver in that car, he handed it over to a guy who he knows doesn't have a license to drive? Okay? So do you think it would have been great if maybe everybody would have sat down and figured out, you know what, this is 20% his fault, you know, or 50% his fault, 50%, and then figure out the math and figure out what everybody should be paying into this? Because that's how I would have loved to have seen this happen.
That's what it should have been.
That's the way it should have been. But what did you do, Ms. Reed?
I did go to the house.
Did you just say to him and say, pay the whole thing?
No, I did go to
I
the
was gonna
house.
help him.
Hold on. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your mother. Go ahead.
I did go to the house and I explained what happened, and I asked for like even some kind of payment plan, like $20
Okay, but
a week.
But there wasn't a determination about who would pay what portion of it?
I never received an
Hold on,
estimate.
I am not talking to either one of the boneheads. I'm talking to Mom. Go ahead.
To be honest, I really didn't look at it as partly his fault.
You
to
did.
be-
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I didn't, to be honest.
Now that I put it out there,
Yeah.
sort of sounds reasonable, right? Okay, bonehead number 1. Go ahead. What were you trying to interject with? What were you trying to tell me?
I was gonna help him pay for it. We were
Okay,
gonna,
how much were you going to pay?
I was gonna,
Hadn't gotten
I
that
was gonna
far.
help him.
You hadn't gotten that far to figure out how much you
No.
were. Okay, what were you trying to interrupt with?
I never received an estimate. So
And then
I
he
gave
never
them
even
money out of
received the
pure
estimate. All right, good.
generosity and say,
Generosity.
yeah, because I felt like I owed them.
Generosity.
Not generosity.
You're the idiot that hit the mailbox.
Yes, but I feel like I owed them money, so I.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
you
That's
gave
not
them
generosity. Generosity is going to a soup kitchen and serving soup on Thanksgiving. That's generosity. You know, damaging somebody's car, even if it had a scratch beforehand, damaging somebody's car to this point is not your generosity. It's your debt and your liability and your obligation. Go ahead.
He offered to pay the whole amount, and that's why I didn't call the cops, and that's why I didn't pursue it. But he did agree to pay the whole amount.
Okay. Now, I don't care.
Okay.
Because here's where we are. I have to now do the right thing because you all didn't. Okay? So since he decides not to pay, I have to now, we're starting clean from Jump Street. So I have to listen to the facts, hear where I think the liability is, and make my own decision about who's responsible for what part.
Okay.
Okay? I find you liable 50-50. No one knew better than your son that this guy didn't know how to drive, and you shouldn't have given him the car. Your son knew that this guy didn't have a license. Your son knew he didn't have a license, and neither one of them should be going out to get cigarettes. It's not a medical necessity, okay? I find them 50-50 liable. I find that if you want to pay, don't smirk. Ugh. I find that if you want credit for $475, next time get receipts. So I'm going to give you credit for the amount that they acknowledge having received, which is $400, which means you still owe $441.69. Verdict for the plaintiffs. You pay your mom the rest of that money.
50-50. So come on in here as the defendant side of things. What comment you got here?
Just don't surely trust your friends or your so-called friends, just your family.
Have you learned how to drive?
I'm not taking my road test anytime soon. So
you sound like one of the worst drivers. By your own admission. Hey, look,
I'll admit it.
You shook your head all through the case at him like, oh, rolled your eyes. What do you want to say to him?
Well, he should have come to us first, and we should have got an estimate, and we could have handled it. You know, the parents could have handled it, but we never got an estimate, and he never came to us first, which would have been the right thing to do.
All right, right around the corner there. Sign your documents on the way out of here. All right, so come on in right over here, and what's going through your mind here? This has been resolved.
It is what it is, honestly.
What is it?
You know, honestly, I feel like he should have had to pay the whole thing. He crashed my truck, you know. Shouldn't even had to come down to this. He should have manned up.
Let's go to the adult here. What do you think? What do you want to say to him?
To my son,
Yeah.
it's foolish what he did, and the judgment was fair.
All right, head around the corner there. All right, Harvey, what was that movie with Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey? Did you see it?
Yeah, I know the movie, Kurt. Now, here's the thing. It's very subjective on how to split liability, and it's subjective in terms of what the judge feels, in this case, appropriate to say 50-50.